Everywhere, every time, everyone. This weekend, Play Safe is back.
We all have a role to play to keep children safe on and off the pitch.
Football is all about creating unforgettable memories and having fun.
I love playing football with my teammates.
When football is safe, I feel the happiest.
Whether you're a coach or a parent.
Whether it's match day or training.
Whether you're on or off the pitch.
Safeguarding is your responsibility.
Regularly check in with children.
Know how to report a concern.
Follow safe practice and set the best example.
Derby County and Derbyshire FA are proud to be working in partnership again to make football in Derbyshire the safest it can be.
We pledge to lend our full support to the Play Safe campaign throughout the 23-24 season.
We're backing Play Safe.
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 From your perspective, how, not necessarily pleasing, I can't think of the word, was last weekend to see that support from an internal perspective towards Josh? And we saw that lovely picture after the game. Everybody's together with his shirt. The supporters are in there as well, that everybody's behind him.
Yeah, it is. It gives you hope and humanity, I think. I think he was saying to me then that he even had a card sent from a Plymouth fan. So the world is full of amazing people, but we spend our time talking about negative things most of the time. The news is like horrific yesterday. And the lads are fully behind him. Obviously, most of them have got partners and kids and appreciate the value of life and living in the moment. And when one of your teammates is hurting like that, it's pretty tough. And it was a hard week last week. I'm not saying it's an easy week this week. It will be tough for the lads this week. So, but it was touching. It was a really nice photo, as you well know. It's on our win wall, and it will be something we'll probably take with us for the rest of the season. But I like the fact that the lads felt like they were played for him. I know we didn't play amazing. I'm not saying that, but they were committed. They were, and they were proud to feel like. And we discussed Josh after the game in the dressing room afterwards, and I thanked them for their efforts. But it is a really sad time, and we're all here to help him through.
Just moving on then, we spoke after the game at Carlisle about you've got a full week on the training ground with the players. I know we're speaking Thursday morning, but so far this week, have you had an encouraging week with the group?
Yeah, a great week actually. I really enjoyed it. They trained really well Tuesday, trained Monday. They thought they were going to have Monday off, obviously not. Didn't score off a set piece, and a penalty doesn't count before you tell me that. So we had some good videos with them Monday, a few individual meetings of things we need to improve on. As always, it's a constant thing. You're constantly revisiting things of improvement, and but it has been good on the training ground, and obviously having Birdie back out there is a boost as well. So yeah, really pleasing this week.
Just look ahead to this weekend, Cambridge coming to Pride Park. What sort of challenge do you think that they'll provide? You've had a pretty good start to the season.
Yeah, an excellent start to the season, in fairness. I know they've lost a couple recently, narrowly to Wigan, and Peterborough played really well in both games. I've always liked Cambridge as a team, as a club. In fairness, they know who they are. And I love their manager because he introduced me to a cheese board after a game. So ever since that, I've had one of them. So it's been great. So I love him forevermore. But he's one of my favourite managers in the league. And I think he's built a new team really this summer. Recruited really well, some really good players, some really experience along the back line, that's for sure. And they look really formidable. And I know they'll come here, as the two games we had with them last year were tough games. Well, every game's tough, but I know it'll be tough because they'll come here with a real confidence, and we'll have to be at our very best, better than possibly we have been at home so far to get a win.
And just lastly, it's a 3-game week. It's another opportunity to really rack some points up in the next couple of days.
Yeah, I love a 3-game week. Absolute zero sleep. Yeah, but it's good if we can come off the back of that, collecting 6, 7, 9 points, then it could look good. Yeah, and I think the lads are in a positive vein of form. I feel like I know we don't have, and it sounds a bit weird, more players to pick from, but it just seems like there's more competition for places at the moment, which is a bit odd. But as in, the team's not playing bad. The ones who aren't in should be in, hence why my door is like a Wild West at the moment. Just keeps swinging. Someone else comes in saying they should be in the team. And I understand that we've got some really good players now in good form. So look forward to watching them perform again over these next few games. Hopefully come through injury free, and we should be in a much healthier place and hopefully pushing higher up the league.
With Derby, having had Wigan the other day and you were pleased with how you handled the stadium, the atmosphere, the size of the pitch, do you feel you're in quite a good place on that basis?
Well, I hope so. I mean, this is the biggest one we face, isn't it? Like in terms of 27,000. I'm not sure there'll be so many more at that level. So yeah, brilliant. Amazing stadium, amazing atmosphere when we played there last year over Christmas. And we'll have some brilliant support behind us. So it's certainly one of those games that you're really excited about and look forward to. And when you go there this stage of the season without any handbrake or pressure on you for really the league table hasn't taken the shape it has yet, it's an individual game that you just got to go and give a really good account of ourselves in and try and take something from the game. There's definitely things to learn from a lot of the games that we've played so far, and we can put parts of that together. And obviously, when you play the best teams, you got to be really good to make sure you're competitive in the game and you take something from it. But we are as excited as we can be about going into a game. We've had a good working week so far, and we've got a couple of days yet to prepare for the game. But it's certainly one to really embrace and enjoy as much as that is possible.
Yeah, they're funny, these games, in that inevitably you look forward to them because of the sense of occasion and all the rest of it. But and unfortunately we've had past experience. If you're not right on it, it can quickly unravel.
Well, don't bring them up, Swanee. Come on. You're absolutely right. I think we've seen those days where we've been amazing and got great results, and we've seen the other end of the scale. I think that's just the reality of the league, really. But it looks like it's a fairly open competition at the moment. Whether that stays the same when you get to 20 games and things, I don't know. We'll see. But we like the team that we're becoming. We like the work that we're doing. We feel like we're making good progress in lots of areas. And those things get massively tested when you play against the best side. So that will be one of many tests that we're facing this weekend and we're going to face in the next month. But I think it's one that you can go into free from being bogged down by anything else that's happened or anything in the season. You just go and give a really good account of yourselves, and hopefully it's another layer that we can add to the team, and it ends up being an experience that we'll look back on and take lots of heart from.
Yeah, the other side of the coin is that Derby haven't really built too much momentum at home so far. Arguably, they've had quite a tough run of fixtures and a few injuries as well. They've had to change their shape.
Yeah, they have been a bit change in terms of players, personnel, and then obviously the shape of the team. So that makes it a little more difficult in terms of being able to adapt. I mean, I'm not going to feel too sorry for them because the players that they're missing are obviously top players, but they're not bad, the ones that come in either. So I think when you play against these top teams, that everyone will always miss your best players, no question. But at the same time, the caliber of player that are coming in to replace those is top level for the league that we're in. So yeah, they'll be very strong, and we'll have to, as always, be at a really, really high level to take something from the game and to get a good result. We've had a bit of a blueprint away from home as to how we go about doing that, and we'll have to be at our very best to make sure we can be a competitive team, and not only that, try to control the game too where we can.
The idea behind the North Stand is that it tells a story. The little ones that come on a match day, whether they be 7, 8 years old, they get to essentially walk in the shoes of a Derby County football player. So the first segment of the new family area is the Fun Facts Mural, which is essentially questions, facts. It allows the kids to interact with mum and dad, granny and grandpa, and just learn about who we are and what we stand for as Derby County. And then as you walk through the family stand, you've got the second element, which is the changing rooms. So it's match day, they get to pretend that they're getting ready for match day in the changing rooms, great photo opportunity for the little ones. And then that final segment is the goal. That's their moment, their big moment, whether it is that they're aspiring to be a goalkeeper or a striker, that is the final big moment as a player. Not all our families necessarily sit in the North Stand, which is our appointed family stand. So Harrison's Pub is our family fun zone. It's what we like to call Rami and Yu's activity zone. It's a warm and safe space for families that no matter where you sit in the stadium, you can go down, get your face painted. There's colouring and crafts competitions. There's the foosball table, the ping pong table. We introduced a video game snook. So obviously our target audience of our first-time Rams, our youngsters, is so broad. So we wanted to introduce something that is also catered for teenagers. Yes, it does matter what happens on the pitch, but for us, it's that whole matchday experience. From the minute that they walk on the ground, they walk through the stadium, it's what we can offer that makes it memorable for them. It's essentially a key moment that they're going to remember, and they are essentially the next generation. So focusing on what we can offer for them to encourage them to really embed themselves into Derby County and who we are.
Back-to-back wins, back-to-back clean sheets, couple new additions to those Wolves at Moor Farm as well. How pleased are you with those two results?
Yeah. Delighted really. I think sort of the building blocks that we need to now push on. Clean sheets are always good, and to get 2 in a row, obviously, that's massive, and hopefully we can build on that. And yeah, get a bit of a run going.
Yeah, do you feel like, I know you said the words building blocks there, do you feel like that is sort of the kickstart you need, putting those two results together?
100%. I mean, we know obviously there's things we can get better in there, but you know, good teams sometimes might not play the best, but still get results and still keep clean sheets. And now we can look at like what can we do to get better, and then we can build on that, and hopefully we can start performing really well, and yeah, keep building on it. And like I say, and then when you get a run together, then anything's possible.
Yeah, you've played every minute of both of those games as well. Saturday in particular, it looked like one of those games where you were getting your head on everything. How pleased are you with your recent performances?
Yeah, it was a bit different. I think Tuesday I was a lot more in possession, a lot more passing, a lot more creative side and that sort of side of the game. And then Saturday was a bit more out of possession, defending, winning your headers, winning your duels, communicating and stuff. And I think I did both of them quite well. So there's still things, obviously, looking back, and I've watched my clips back, and I know there's stuff that I can get better at. But as far as, like you say, building block and knowing, seeing what you're good at, and then what you did well, and then taking that into the next game and into the next game, and then the momentum will sort of carry itself.
You've mentioned it there about watching your clips. Is that something you're always keen to do?
Yeah, I love doing it. And I know I'm not the final product, you know what I mean? I often look at them, and I always ask for the advice, whether it's off the coaches or whether it's off the senior players. You know what I mean? They've been there, they've had their careers, and they know them sort of questions I'm asking, they have the answers to. So I'll try and watch them and try and get better.
Curtis Nelson one in particular, and I presume that you lean on a fair bit. You seem to be developing quite a nice partnership with him.
Yeah, massive. He's very good at communicating. He's very good, and I'll often ask for advice and stuff. And I think it goes both ways. Obviously, I'll tell him what I want from him in a game, you know what I mean, where I want him and stuff, and he'll do the same to me. And I think that's the important thing of building that good bond and that good partnership together. So yeah.
We'll look ahead to the weekend. Pro Park form hasn't been exactly what you'd have hoped for so far this season. How important is it to try and put that right this weekend?
Yeah, it's really important. We know, obviously, we've had a tough start at home, but you know, the fans are getting behind us, and them 2 wins I think have been massive. So hopefully we can make it a third.
A busy spell we'll be going into as well with Saturday, Tuesday, so the next couple of weeks afterwards. It's really important to try and kick that period off with a win, isn't it?
Yeah, we've had quite a few injuries, so I think recovery and stuff like that is massive. And yeah, hopefully we get a win on Saturday, and then we need to focus on doing the right things off the pitch as well as on the pitch to make sure that we have the right numbers and we have the right energy to keep going, and hopefully it can be a really good period for us.
you.